and I would say improve our own communication. So when it comes to communication, I want us to lay down some principles first. Number one is the state of mind. That's the very first thing I would like that we pay a good attention to, state of the mind. So if somebody is carnal, selfish, and then you are selfless, and both of you want to communicate, it's not possible. You're going to have a constant contradiction. So for the communication to even take a proper place, there's a need of two people having the same mind. Without that, we are running into a whole lot of confusion. And that was the problem Christ had with the disciple. When he say X, they understand X. When he say Y, they understand Z. And it was difficult in the beginning, slowly until they start having the same mind. Let me give you a quick example. Let's say Christ and a doctor of the law in Israel want to communicate about any doctrine. They cannot agree on anything. So they can spend a whole lot of time it cannot get to any conclusion. So people can talk to each other, but not necessarily communicate. Communication have a purpose, which is solving a problem, reaching a common ground. There is that endeavor in it. Sometimes people shout at each other, scream at each other. They don't communicate. They express their feelings. Unfortunately, negative emotions. Let me take another example. Let's say there was a sister a Muslim sister, a Adventist sister marry a Muslim man. And I can imagine how they're going to communicate when it's come to, let's talk about God. How are they going to agree on what? Like, how possibly that could be? It can't work. Or let's say a pastor, Adventist pastor, and a Muslim leader want to talk about marriage. Okay? Now, the Muslim leader believe that you can have 4 wives and nothing wrong with it. Adventist minister believe that no, 1 wife and that's it. Do you think these two people can really have any communication about marriage? No. Why? Their mind are in complete different places. People can be close, very close, or maybe even sitting on the same chair. But in the mind, they can be miles away from each other. Oh, that's a very deep stuff right there. So by the state of the mind, people can be very distant. So when 2 people are married, one is converted, one is not converted. Oh my goodness, it's going to be like pulling the teeth of the crocodile. It's going to be hard. Because what the carnal mind is seeing to be good, the converted mind is like, no, this can't be good, it's wrong. And this goes in everything. You are a sister, you are converted, you believe in supporting God's work, believe in tithing and offering. Now your spouse, unconverted, is like, I don't believe in none of that. And if you're going to have a joint account or whatever, you're like, hey, I need to take some money for the tithe. He's like, no, you're not taking no money for any tithe. I don't believe in that. Just to mention simple things. So communication, to talk about communication, to have communication taking place, the first thing, you needed the same mind. Same mind. Otherwise, don't even start because it's going to be difficult for no good reason. Same mind or nothing. Same mind. And this should be so taught to young people before they get married. When a lot of people on this line discussing diet at home, the sister took a medical training, she won medicinal diet in the house. The husband's like, no, nobody's saved by changing diet. And then the children are confused. Who are we going to follow? There's no way you can have any communication about diet. Why? The mind are in a complete different place, distant as like the north from the south. Number two is setting up very clearly and understanding the nature of man and woman. That is number two. Here start real deal. You see, women think men are like them. And the men think that women are like them as well. If you think like that, you cannot communicate properly. If you are a man, you address your wife as another man. I don't know how you're going to have peace in your life. You're talking to another being that function with completely different reality. Let me try something. You ready? Let's have a brother that is 65 and the wife is having hot flashes of menopause. She's very hot. In the winter time. Now, let's suppose that the men don't know too much about hot flash and menopause, okay? He doesn't really know about it. Now you're going to have an argument. So the sister said, I'm too hot. This is so hot. What do you think the brother is thinking in his head? Huh? Like, did he just say you were hot? I'm freezing. How this could be hot? Like, something wrong with your mind? But in reality, she is hot. She's going through serious hormonal realities. Hot flashes. It happens to men sometimes also when we are hormone are out of order a little bit, but not severe like for women. So there is a need of a basic understanding of our nature, our physiology, our hormone, our constitution, our structure. I'm very clear. We're talking about communication in Christian marriage, so it's very specific. We're not talking about communication in a banking system now, or communication in a law now. No. Every domain with its communication, its code of communication and everything. Here we are specifically in the context of Christian marriage, communication between husband and wife. Now the man believes that the wife is not normal because she is hot in winter. Then the wife like, something wrong with this man. He couldn't understand me. Do you think they can have any real communication there? Not yet. There's a need of education, of understanding how hormone works, how menopause can be, how it can get. Then slowly men start knowing much more about that. Then they can communicate. So, honey, how you feel? How you function? All right. Let's make some tea, start balancing the hormone. Let's do this, let's do that. Why? Now he understands what's going on. So understanding the nature, the way God has made us, this is crucial. So let's spend some little time here on the nature of man. I'm talking about male, the nature and the structure of female. How man function, even from the level of physiology of the brain, the way man brain function and the way woman brain function. They will put it on the machine, you will see it. You will be surprised. Man brains seem to be slow. Woman brains like run like a machine. That's how they function, and God made them like that to be able to manage many things at the same time. This is divine design because it's a role a woman need to play. She need to manage the children, manage the household, manage. So she need a brain that can handle that. Now, man is designed to lead. So you cannot lead in different directions. That can't make sense. You want to lead, you gotta be focused. So God structured a man's brain to be able to focus. So, and God made it to complete each other, to be complementary. Sometimes man is there and your wife show up, say, "Hey, honey, what are you thinking?" And the man's like, "Are you really asking me stuff like that?" Yeah, because she wanna talk. Women, because of their hormone, they love to talk, especially if a sweet talk is like entertaining. It's just a happy moment. Yes, at that moment, the brother husband want to think. You want to think about children's future. You want to plan stuff in his head. He's thinking how things gonna look like in 5 years, 10 years. But her wife is like, honey, tell me about your day. I was at work. How was this? How is that? And it quickly men start getting frustrated. And she's like, but he can't say leave me alone because that would create a whole other problem he can fix. But men need to understand she is built like that. Now, vice versa, women also need to understand this little human being I'm living, we call a man and male, they don't express themselves like female, do it. So there's a need to understand it so that each one will try to meet the other person. You gotta be selfless about it. So I understand who you are. I'm gonna try to meet you where you are. You understand who I am, you will also meet me. That's how both will meet somewhere in the middle and they can communicate. There are many situations where men will completely shut down, is not talking. When when we repeat ourselves like 3, 4, 5 times, we feel like we are not hearing anything, then we don't see the need to talk again. The sister have no problem with that. So our nature needs to be understood very much, very, very much from both sides how we think. Look at the man brain. Do you know men think with their left brain? Women think with the right brain. I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. And they function completely in a different way. Next things, do we know men have a bigger brain? A bigger brain is given to you to solve more problems. It's given to you to focus, to do a whole lot of stuff, to research, to do many things, to focus, to lead. So it's not really about the size, but just mentioning that. You have to see that it's a very natural difference between the way God made man brain and woman brain in their functioning and their chemistry. Look at the body. Women have more hormone than men. For to have a child, it's a lot of hormones. To breastfeed, you have hormone involved. A lot of stuff are involved in women's life that men have very little thought of. Women go through trauma after giving birth that barely men, a lot of men never been taught about. I encourage men to study the suicide of the postpartum depression for women. It's very high. A lot of women are so depressed after having a child that they end up killing themselves. But men, most of the men have no idea what they are going through mentally, emotionally, physically, all of that. So now, because he does not know, and a woman think that he should know. You should know I'm going through something. He doesn't know. Most of the men do not understand what you go through after having a baby. More than that, when you see after that, later on, when your body changes, start feeling ashamed of yourself, your breast fall off, everything falling down, you're like, oh, wow. But we don't understand that you're going through some serious question about your own body. That's why woman will ask the husband, do you still love me? The husband think like, are you crazy? Like, if I don't love you, I will not be here. But she need a reassurance because she's seeing a lot of change. And she also know that you look, sometimes people pass by, you look anyway. So there is so much difference between men and women that both should take a time to study each other. If you don't, you will suffer. Men need to take a time to study. A lot of family on this line right now. They get a baby they don't expect to have. Why? The men never study the woman's cycle. You never study your wife's cycle. You are ignorant and you need to correct that. A lot of people have more children than they want. It takes some time, sometimes 2, 3 times before they realize that we need to control this stuff. We need to be informed. But you already are in a lot of trouble already. You know? So men can be very ignorant about women nature. Nowadays, knowledge increased a lot, but I'm talking about 40, 50 years ago, there's a lot of darkness around. And men don't know the cycle of the wife, don't know when she can be pregnant. You just go ahead. 5 minute pleasure, lifetime responsibility. Something both can avoid if they can really control the cycle. They can do a whole lot of reform around how to do things. It requires knowledge, not a lot of faith. Some people think they can pray and fast to avoid pregnancy. Please just stop. Hello? That does not require prayer and fast. It requires knowledge, understanding, and temperance. Amen? So this is serious. When a man studied women, men will understand the simple fact that you will appreciate your wife's dress and honestly appreciate that and add some sweet word to it. It's making her whole day. But as a man, when we dress, we don't care how people think about us. Most of the men on this line can tell you that. Men get dressed up, that's that. If you say you look good, fine, thank you. We don't care how you feel about us. It's not that. We have a real thing to think about. How all the bills are paid, how education of the children are secure, how this is done, how we're leading our household God way, how our parents, how it's about all our responsibility. That's what we care about. Now, if a man doesn't understand that, your wife get dressed, she thinks she's doing her best, and you won't say anything. When she go to church and somebody say, "Wow, sister, you're so, oh my goodness, you're so dressed," she will say, "Oh, thank you." And the husband don't understand that. Thank you so much because I get out with this stupid man. He can't even see it. That's what she really meant when he said, "Thank you." So you could understand what she's trying to say. We still don't get it. We cannot talk about communication if there is this willful commitment to know each other very much to some good extent. Men need to know how women feels, how their hormone functions, how they think about themselves, how they question themselves, how they compare themselves with other sisters, how they question if you still love them or not. You're not going to change that, unfortunately. Men don't understand that women say a lot of stuff they don't mean to say. Yeah. And that emotion, your wife can just say things to you. If you check very well, she doesn't mean none of this stuff. She just expresses her frustration, blah, 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 blah. Now, men take something that is said out of emotion and feelings, he put it in his head, it will apply reasoning to it. I'm going to repeat that again. Please write that thing down somewhere. Men will hear from the wife things she has said under emotion and feelings. Then men apply reasoning to it, to process it. You are not going to have peace in your life as a man. Yeah. Because you are using reasoning, she's using feeling. If you go in a brain, you have a complete different neural pathway for feelings and a complete different neural pathway for reasoning. So when women are angry or emotional about something, okay, you're angry, guess what happened? Your amygdala is activated. And the stress hormone, cortisol, adrenaline kicks in. The frontal lobe is a little like I can say, I don't want to say shut down, but it's not functioning at that moment. So, how a sister under anger or frustration, whatever, her reasoning is shut down, her emotion talking to you. Now, a brother now trying to see how he can reason and using his reasoning pathway. How these people can communicate? They can't communicate. So when you both understand that, look what, let's just take few time and come back to talk. It's called maturity, it's called understanding. You don't talk when both of you are not in the same, disposition of spirit and mind. You're gonna say word that you might not be able to, take back. So when a couple are mature enough, they understand this. When a husband understands that my wife's under emotion right now, I say, okay, honey, look, let's do it this way, please. Let's take an hour and then we'll come back to talk. Because she understands that right now, the sister reasoning neural pathway is not working. With the neural pathway of her hormone, her anger, her frustration that's supposed to be opening right, that's working right now. And nothing gonna come from there that will work with reasoning. It is a serious frustration for men who don't understand this. And then more than this, there are different moments of women's cycle around the month that their emotion change a whole lot. There are moments where they're very irritated about anything. Even food can be irritating. Men think, man, we don't have any cycle, so we don't know what you're going through. Like nothing. A lot of stuff. When a woman going through ovulation, she wants sex so badly. The day, few days before, and the day of ovulation itself, she wanted so much. Now, if a man you don't understand that, you jump into it, boom, give you a baby, one or two at the same time. Now you get angry, wash it. Oh, we don't want to have a kid anymore. Plan it out. You need some family planning stuff. So ignorance can make things very, very difficult. Yeah. I was talking to a friend the other day. They have more children than they expect. Because the pastor is the second time this happened as an accident. I said, no, no, you didn't take responsibility earlier. Yeah. Sometimes men think they are safe, and sometimes your wife period doesn't come. You get scared, like, oh Lord, I mess up again. I have another responsibility for whole life just for 5 minutes of little pleasure. It can get really tough. I remember it was a pastor that I love so much, and they thought they were done, like done. So it happened that the wife get pregnant. This pastor was so angry. It take like I don't know how long, like more than a month. He don't want to talk to his wife. Be like, no, I can't accept it. This is not okay. We agree on this stuff. But he didn't do anything about it. Now, during her ovulation, she wanted so much, and you think, wow, my wife wants me so much. No, she is in the moment where the body is saying, I'm ready to conceive. I need it now, now, now. Now, men think like, oh, my wife wants me so much. No, you missed the point. Your wife is ready to get pregnant. Sometimes women period can delay, and we get scared. Like, oof, it happened to me like one or twice. I'm like, Lord, what is like? Look, like, come on, Lord, what happened? And I'm like, okay, now I gotta take more responsibility about this stuff. Now, if we don't learn, it will be so hard to live together. Sometimes men think like it's a woman's responsibility. No, it's both. No, both. Both. So there is so much. Now, the way we address each other, God built a man to lead with the hormone that he needed to lead, testosterone and more. Woman is built to follow your lead. Woman, listen up. There's a hormone you release when you follow your husband lead. Go and research this pure science, are not about faith. The very moment women want to lead, your hormones are going to shift. Are you hearing me? The very moment women want to lead, want to play main role, your very hormones, your brain chemistry is going to change. If a woman have any idea how much you are hurt, you are damaged, when it's an agenda pushing you to play the role of a man, it completely rob you from the normal, natural way God has built you to be. Same thing for men. Nowadays, men are becoming very lazy, very responsible. Now, we need testosterone to have bigger muscle, work whole day, think, do a lot of stuff. Now, if you don't want to work, then which hormone do you need? You don't need testosterone anymore. You need another one. Unfortunately, this world has engineered men so much. The men hormone, do we know they did a test? This generation have the lowest possible testosterone level ever. That we have a lazy generation of men, responsible, ready to quit, easy ways. Back then, men just to eat food, they had to work whole day. Life was like almost fighting yourself. A whole lot of stuff. So when it comes to nature, please take a time. Take a time as a man to study as much as you can. The nature of women in general, and particularly of your wife. If you don't, you'll be unfit to communicate. Vice versa. A lot of sisters abuse their husband, they don't know. Tell me, is it frustrating as a leader? Give a direction and nobody want to follow. How can you lead? Answer, you can't not lead. It's more than whipping somebody. Unfortunately, children follow their mother for most of the time. That husband is losing his position as a husband and a leader in that house as a father. Destruction is very imminent. A man that disrespects his wife, doing that often, what's going to happen is you're going to be very unhappy man. Why? Women, when they are not appreciated, disrespected, and abused, they don't feel affectionate, then sorry, uh, the kind of food you make, that's the kind of food you're going to eat. You're not going to cook rice and come and eat beans. No, it doesn't work like that. It frustrates unloved woman that does not feel affectionate in her marriage is unfit to be the right wife because her soul is screaming for affection, for appreciation, for expression of love, of affirmation, all of these things. And a man being ignorant, don't understand it. Now, the other part, the sister also don't understand men, the husband. Some sisters believe that when a man wants too much sex, he's possessed by a demon. No, he's not. Both don't just understand how you are wired and built. What about we learn instead? When a woman understands the power of being just yourself, men will conquer world for you. You want to make a demon out of your husband? Just challenge him every day. And I wish you hear me right. Try to prove that you can be a man also. Slowly, your men go into silence. A lot of sisters don't understand that. If you ever witness two women bickering, like insulting each other or whatever, they can do it for so much. You see men do it. Men start, and next minute somebody already hit somebody. Somebody knocked out somebody already because we have no time arguing. We don't have time for it. I talk to you 2 or 3 times, you can't hear me, then I punch you. Bam. That's how men operate. Women can argue straight for an hour, insulting each other, saying a lot of what. Men have no time for that. Women, listen up carefully. We are not built like that. So what happened is, if a man feels disrespected continually, listen up, because he can't raise his hand, he will shut down. He can shut down for the rest of his life. He won't be talking to you that much. And because he realized the more he talk, it's like he give you more chance to talk too much. So what he does to protect his peace, silence becomes his best friend. That is a very dangerous thing. A lot of sisters have offered themselves without knowing it. And when a man goes to that level, it's hard to come out because we don't trust you very much. We cannot tell you a lot of stuff. We're going through pain, we won't tell you. We're thinking about, we will not tell you a thing. Very, very few superficial things. Our deep feeling, we won't tell you. Because we know how you're going to use it later. We know how you're going to turn around with that, all of that. So to avoid the drama around us, to avoid too much questioning, to avoid all of that, then silence becomes the only given way. Then sister turn around, my husband don't talk too much. No, the same husband, when he go to church or go anywhere, see, he laugh, he express himself, he's happy. When he come home, should run into his little box of silence again. He's protecting himself from you, from too much insulting word. It's easy for a woman to tell to her husband, oh, I don't know who kind of man you are. I don't know who I'm married to. I don't even know. You can't even think. Oh, you stupid. Any kind of word. But she would never talk to her boss at work like that. If you're a woman that believe that your husband is a kind of power, I beg you, pray to God. Vice versa to a man as well. The worst part of when the men are we are so ignorant about it. We don't see our father kiss our mother. We don't see him hugging our mom. We don't see how express affection to our mother. So we go away. And then we don't read the books. And then you live in a culture where there are a lot of things are prohibited because you're Christian. Really? Because you're Christian? Seriously? No, we are very hypocrites. We should be honest. And start fixing stuff. Communication require serious, very serious knowledge of each other. When we come to sexual life, for example, because of ignorance, women will not express their feeling. Husband and wife will not sit down and educate each other about their body, how they function. Instead, they get angry. A lot of sisters on this line have fake orgasm in their life, faking orgasm. You don't need to. Sit down and start having small talk slowly, educate each other where you can do things right. Now, there is something. If you are faking orgasm, making the man feel like he's doing right, and then you are frustrated, this is going to build up and going to explode. So it's not good. A lot of men don't learn how to really help your wife to orgasm properly, to get to climax properly. Many men are selfish without even knowing it. Because think that woman is the same. All it needs is just a simple communication and education. That's all it takes. So we want to talk about communication in marriage. when two people are very ignorant about each other, how they can communicate? They cannot. Any woman here can explain to me. Mr. Aranda, open the mic for a minute. I want to make this clear for my people. I'm going to ask the question, woman first. Okay, let me ask the man first.
Pastor, just to remember, we are still on YouTube, okay?
That's fine. I'm not going to say anything wrong.
No, I meant the question and the answers. Just want
Yeah,
to let everyone know you're answering, you're on YouTube.
yeah, just for a few minutes and then we go back. Question number one. Can any man right now on this line describe to me how woman feels when they have orgasm? Any man, be honest, tell me exactly 100% how women feel in their brain, in their body, in their nerve, everything. Tell me right now, let's go. How your wife or a woman feel, I say 100%. Tell me right now, go ahead. You see, they can't talk. You know why? They don't know. You have a little idea about your orgasm. When you start speaking tongues and starts like your body starts changing, a whole lot of stuff. Okay, we know you're going to orgasm. We don't really know what you feel. Vice versa. Any woman want to tell me exactly how your husband's brain function when he orgasms, how his body function, how the prostate gland function, all of that. Tell me right now that you know it and you feel it, you know it. Tell me. Any woman? None, because, okay, let me give more time. Any woman can tell me exactly how your husband feel in his brain when he have orgasm. See, you don't know. You can have an idea, but you don't fully know. That's the reason why it's necessary for each other to learn from each other, to educate each other, and start understanding how things works. So husband and wife sit down and wife educate your husband about your body, the way you want to be taught, the way you want to be prepared, the way like it have to be a willful education that will lead to understanding, then it facilitates communication. Now, when a man don't understand your body very well, and then he has sex like you are another man, you feel frustrated, you don't say anything, he keep continuing like that. You might divorce just because both of you cannot just express very clearly how things are. A lot of sisters on this line, they think men, their husbands like them. Oh, I am not in the mood. Both of you, husband and wife, need to sit down and talk this stuff out. Husband need to understand that the moment that women are not physically available a whole lot, mentally they're not available, especially when you have children, a lot of stress throughout. They have 3 children she need to manage. She need to manage her job and a lot of stuff. Then talk. Because there's a lot of things interfering with her nature. She should be home to be a homemaker. But she end up playing the role of a man going to work to also help pay the bills. And the body is not built for that much. So, and she's going to come back home, still cook again, take care of children. She's going to be so exhausted to the point where your feeling become irritation to her. They must have a communication. How can we function that as a husband, I don't end up feeling like, what am I doing here? And as a wife, you don't feel like you are used as an object while you are not available physically. So there's a need to talk, to have understanding. Okay, if I'm tired, let's say, all right, if I really can't do it, we can wait for the morning. Both of you need to come to some level of understanding where why don't feel like overrule, abuse sexually, and then also men don't feel like he's deprived, and abused emotionally. Oh, that was maybe it's not very clear for sister yet. Sister, listen up. For any reason, I'm not saying men are right all the time, though. A lot of men, we turn off our wives by our attitude, our character, our disrespect, the way we talk to you throughout the day, so you are shut down. I want to say this in general. If you are a woman that you to reject your husband for any reason, just know that husband is going to go through emotional, intense abuse. Or you're going to end up cheating, or he's going to be masturbating himself very often. If you're a wife keeping a husband in a house masturbating, both of you are in trouble. That household is messed up. Demonic power going to be involved. That's how serious it is. And also, men understand woman body, understand woman emotions. You don't spend a day where you are a complete stranger and then now you become like a lover. No, be a lover all the time. Express it, be all right. Respect the emotion, appreciation. Don't just wait when it's dark, then you turn an angel. No, you can't be demon the whole day and now you turn an angel of light. That's called deception. If you're a lover, be all lover all the time. Amen. Let the church say amen. So we are going through a serious damage because of ignorance. Men are very ignorant about a woman's life. The women are very ignorant about men's life. Then we say, oh, we are having communication problem. No, you're not even there yet. You have understanding and ignorance issue. Because two people that cannot communicate, they're going to talk about what? I want you to take a scientist in a laboratory doing whatever to have a talk with, I don't know, somebody in the Amazon forest living his natural life. It's going to be hard to reason about anything, to talk about anything. They can't communicate. They can be close physically, but in level of the mind, if they are thousands of miles away from each other. So this second point is so crucial that if a husband and wife don't take a time to study, I mean study, you're gonna read, you're gonna learn so much about your spouse that there are things you can like, I don't even know, like you can get to the point you can complete each other's sentences. You can foretell, like you can know what's gonna happen if this come to pass. So that number two is very, 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 very important. Very important. Knowing in detail as much as possible each other. Study the nature of your spouse, their emotion, their feelings, the way they are brought up, everything. Otherwise, that ignorance cannot allow both of you to have any communication. And if you do have, it's going to be two people communicating, talking different language to each other. It won't work. This topic alone can spend a whole evening on that, or maybe a whole week. That will make it very short to say. If you don't have a real communication, you gotta have a time, you gotta take a time to study each other and to educate each other, like let the man educate a wife about himself, let the wife educate the husband about herself, and let both understand how they are created, how they should function. Then slowly things are gonna be okay. So when a man understands the way women are made, their emotion, the way their brain function, the way they feel, the way their life goes around. Then that man will start operating differently. That man know that when you come and hug your wife and just kiss her and appreciate her, you give her the best gift of the day. Then the man understand women feel words. He will now start choosing his word carefully. A lot of stuff we don't know. Men don't know. Men address it once, like another man. Or leave him alone, like some harsh word. Now, women don't just hear harsh word. They hear, this person don't affectionate me. But the man is tired, frustrated, that he just expressed himself like that. And both hurting each other without knowing it. When a man say to a woman, I love you so much, do you know women literally feel the words? Yeah. Women can read a poem written to them or wrote to them, then they can feel so melted. Oh, this is so sweet. Oh, this is so sweet. Go tell a man I love you. You're like, okay, then we feel almost nothing. Not nothing, but not like you. But when a man is respected, we're like, what? My wife respects me. For all that's called love. Now, some sister will ask husband, do you still love me? Yes. But why you don't say it? Because you know I love you already. Ignorant man will talk like that. You know I love you already, so I don't need to be telling you. Yes, you have to, because anytime you say it, you renew that feeling for her. That's how she is wired. So we can't talk about communication if you don't really have a basic of knowledge and understanding of the way we are made and the way we function. They will have no communication. You got a lot of things people talk about communication, how a couple can talk to each other. They don't even know each other. They speak in different languages. Then finally, some people come up with a love language. All of us see this and that. Okay, it's good. It's only possible for those who have the same mind, and then those who have the understanding of the nature of each other. Then you can talk about love language later. Yeah. So, which kind of love language? Two mind. One is converted, one is not. One is unconverted. What kind of love language are they going to have? None. They're completely incomparable. They can't function right. What kind of love language men have for women when he does not understand her emotion, her feelings, the way she's made? It's not going to work. So before we talk about, oh, love, your love language, or how you should do this, or you gotta be romantic. Ignorant person cannot be romantic, because when they think they're doing something good, it's frustrating you. Yeah, a lot of men think that trying to be very long in bed mean that they are romantic. Some people can even take a medication to delay ejaculation. They think they're doing very good. Some men, so stupid, can be so fast, they think they're doing great. But that very moment, the woman is so frustrated, Lord, can he just finish? But if they will have education, understanding, things can be done in a certain way with the word, with like, it can be so powerful. But based on ignorance, you just violate each other, believing you're doing great things. Vice versa. A lot of women don't know how to please their husband. They just go lay down and wait like it was a show. You're gonna lose it very soon. Like, have no desire for it. So there is such a need. There is such a need. Yeah, somebody laughing. Yeah, I'm telling the truth. Some sister lay down like, okay, just do it. Like it was a show. It's not a show. We're here to share a moment. We are here to express to each other deep principle of selflessness. So you don't come and watch me like I'm just come here to work and then until I'm done. No. I'm sorry. Sometimes just like that. So God, people, we are hurting. We are hurting so much. A lot of sisters under the emotional abuse slowly and constant stress hormone, cortisol, all of these things. And then it's constantly leading to high estrogen, high insulin. You have a fibroid going to keep growing because of constant stress in the marriage. Do you know when a woman is under stress? Anyone, man or woman, under stress, you release stress hormone, cortisol, and adrenaline. These two hormones will make your cell insensitive to insulin. And insulin, too much insulin in your system, going to be a problem where insulin is a growth hormone. And they're going to be feeding your fibroid. You can have a small fibroid like this. In a constant stressful marriage life, when you don't feel appreciated, you don't feel loved, you don't feel cherished, you feel dry in your marriage life, slowly your fiber will turn into something big like this. Just because we are ignorant, we are not doing anything about it. Vice versa. When a woman is denying the wife, the woman is denying the husband because she does not feel love. So don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. Now men end up in masturbation. You're going to end up with severe prostate issue, mental issue, dementia, a whole lot of stuff, and demonic thing going to be involved. Now, men going through some pain, he won't talk to the wife because he's afraid that the wife can use it against him. And the women also don't want to express themselves because they don't know how the husband is going to take it. And we are living life like this over the years. What is that? It's hurting us and opening doors to the devil, to demons, to get into our home, in our marriages. So when we get number one, number two done, time is over. I'm going to cut it off. We're going to have part two for this stuff. So for tonight, so communication in Christian marriage, right? Talking about the principle of communication. Principle number one, you must have the same mind, okay? Same selfless Christ mind. That's what you need to have, both of you. Same selfless Christ-like mind. Second, you gotta take a time to study each other. This is a whole lot. Yeah, a whole lot. You gotta study. I remember after marriage, one day my wife saw some of the book in my library, and one of the titles is "How to Satisfy a Woman That She Will Ask for More." And she looked at the book and was laughing like, "Say, you a pastor read things like that?" I said, "Of course." But you want me to be ignorant? No, I study everything. Every detail of a woman, every part of your organ, everything, how everything functions, how your ovary works, how your fallopian tube works, how your uterus works, how your everything in detail from your head to toe. Yeah. And a woman to do the same thing. Then go to the emotion, understand how a woman feels when you address them a certain way, how things go. So some of us, we do not know. So we just talk. And unfortunately, we become abusive without knowing it. Now, when you know what's going on, and when you do wrong, then you quickly apologize, quickly fix it because you know that we went wrong. Some of us, we don't even know when we are wrong. We don't even know how we're abusing our spouse verbally. Are you ready for this? Especially women. A lot of women don't know that they abuse their husband very badly, the way they address them. Yeah. And a lot of women take quietness of your spouse as a weakness. So you have a permit to talk to him as you please. You're destroying the foundation of your children. That man will not have a motivation to do anything that much. He will not be productive. He will lose the reason to be a man to you and to the children. The men can be so damaged, having no desire to work, to do anything. Just women using your word, you can destroy a man 100%. No desire to talk to you, no desire to have sex with you. Like, it has not been nothing to do with you. Because you have destroyed him with your word, your complaint, always never been satisfied. Now, when a man expresses it, now it's targeted as you are a weak man. Vice versa. Men also abuse the woman very badly with their word. Spend a whole day, no appreciation. Whole week, you don't appreciate your wife body, nothing. Are you ready to criticize her? Criticize everything she's doing. Her food is not good enough. She's not this. As a man, you're complaining, you're going to destroy, you're going to decimate your wife as well. So this absolute need. So I'm going to stop here for today. And we're going to continue next Sabbath, God willing, on the communication. But two things for this evening. To have a proper communication, number one principle, say mine. Number second, you got to know each other. You got to study at every level, physically, emotionally, every level. The laws of how we function, get it right. Then slowly, the next one going to come. Okay, I'll see you next Sabbath, God willing. I'm going to pause here that we can take a few questions before we close. All right.